Yeah, so as I said, like probably sort of a B minus for me today. I think there were definitely some spots where I could have played a little bit better. Was I only four tabling rather than nine tabling? But I still think that I played a reasonable game, definitely a profitable game. I do think that the game that I would have played were I four tabling, I think it's still profitable for me to play a little bit worse and play nine tables, just because playing more than double the number of tables, I'd have to play like twice the win rate four tabling that I do as nine tabling to match the hourly. So for that reason, I'm not too unhappy about the way that I played, given that it was nine tabling. That's just like more a technical consideration. Like that Jack Deuce there, you can definitely isolate a hand like that. Just because this guy's going to fold a lot on the flop, but when you're nine tabling, you just have to think about your value per click. This Queen 8 suited, Queen 8 offsuit here, again, you can definitely consider opening, but today we're just focusing on keeping it simple. The King Jack is obviously a fold. I think that I would still fold that even if I was just four tabling, because this guy's under the gun range is rates to be doing pretty well against King Jack, and it's true that I do have position, but I don't think that's really enough of a consideration to go ahead and call such a weak hand. I think it's like a pretty bad call unless you have significant a decent read on your opponent that he is going to be doing that with a wide range. So the King Queen here, I'm going to obviously defend. Just because there are a couple of reasons why I want to defend. I want to defend here because the pot is going to be three-way or four-way, which is good for me for two reasons. Number one, my hand does actually reasonably well in multi-way pots, and that kind of flows on to number two, because in multi-way pots, I expect all of these players to play far more straightforward than they would if it was heads up. So if this guy hadn't called, I would be far less happy about defending the King Queen. But as it is, because the pot is going to be protected in that way, I expect this Moesha person to definitely play a little bit more straightforward. And obviously King Queen does pretty well against both of these players' ranges. Obviously I'm out of position, and that would be one of the big considerations as to why I would like a fold under ordinary circumstances. But given the dynamics that I've just described, where this pot's going to be pretty locked up and everyone's going to be playing pretty straightforward, plus the equity that I have against all of these players' ranges, I think that makes a call pretty reasonable. On this board, you can definitely, this is, again, a play that I would consider making if I was just four tabling. You can definitely consider leading out here, because the two aces on the board makes it very, very unlikely that anyone's going to have an ace, and these guys will be floating with hands that are going to fold either the turn or the river. But, you're getting into kind of FPS territory, definitely, there, so we're going to be playing straightforward today, but that's a consideration that you can make. But obviously, you do have to understand that you only have king high and a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw.